The election is over, the verdict is in, the Conservatives have won. They will form the next government in Germany. What does it mean for the country and the region? Who are the biggest winners and losers? And who will be Germany's next chancellor? Tonight we will break it down for you, starting with this. Germany's electoral map. Each color represents the party that won in different regions. And this map shows an unmistakable divide. West Germany is a sea of black, dominated by the CDU or the Christian Democratic Union. East Germany is painted blue, swept by the AfD or the Alternative for Germany party. Now, this is a clear political fault line. West Germany voted the Conservatives, East Germany turned to the far right. If you looked at this map with no context, you'd think the Berlin Wall never fell. And that tells you everything about this election. Germany is divided. It shows in the results. Now let's take a look at the big winners and losers. The biggest winner, of course, is the CDU, the Christian Democratic Union. They secured 28.5% of the total vote. Their goal was 30%. They fell short, but they came out on top. Their priority now is forming the government, for which they will need an ally, and that ally will most likely be the Social Democrats. That's the outgoing Chancellor Olaf Scholz's party. So the next government in Germany will be a two-party coalition. By German standards, that's remarkably stable.
Together with the mandates of the Social Democrats, which account for 120 members of parliament, we are naturally capable of forming a government with 328 seats out of 630, a black-red coalition, and that is exactly what we want.
So who will lead this government? The leader of the Christian Democrats, Friedrich Merz. He is set to become the next chancellor. Born in 1955, Merz is not just a politician, he is a trained lawyer and a licensed pilot. His political career took off in 1989. That's when he was elected to the European Parliament. Soon after that, he entered the Bundestag, which is the German parliament. His rise through the CDU ranks was swift, but his luck ran out in the early 2000s. That's when Angela Merkel sidelined him. She was in the same party, the CDU, and she went on to rule Germany for a good 16 years. So Merz walked away from politics. He joined the private sector. He made millions and never held a government post. But he also did not let go of his dream to be chancellor. And now, 2 decades later, his dream is finally coming true. Which brings us to the other big winner, the AfD, the Alternative for Germany party. They won 20.8% of the vote, and this is a remarkable rise. This party was formed in 2013. It's only 12 years old. And in 12 years, they've become Germany's second biggest political force. Also, they've doubled their numbers since 2021. That's when Germany's last elections were held, 2021. The AfD got 10.4% of the votes back then, and now they're at 20.85%. The AfD is classified as a far-right party. Some of its members are called extremists. They've gotten into trouble for using Nazi-era symbols. Yet, in former communist East Germany, AfD is the biggest party. And it's because of many reasons. AfD talks tough on immigration. It raises the problem of inflation. All this has earned them a loyal voter base. It uses TikTok to reach the youth. Plus, the AfD has a powerful backer in Elon Musk. All these factors have boosted its position, but it won't be able to stake claim in the government. Leading this party, the AfD, is Alice Weidel. She is from West Germany. She is an openly gay politician. Her partner is a Sri Lankan-born German. The couple has 2 children. And this makes her an unusual choice to run AfD. Yet many believe Weidel is the party's balancing act. She makes AfD look more moderate. And she's quite pleased with the results. In fact, she already has her eyes set on the next election.
I personally am very happy. We as party leaders are very happy. We have been able to form a very good platform here, a strategic platform that has the best prerequisites to overtake the CDU within the next few years for the next election. In other words, to become the strongest force and to take the government mandate for the next federal elections with us.
Now let's talk about the biggest losers. Topping the list is Olaf Scholz and his Social Democratic Party. It was their worst election result in over a century. Scholz says he will not serve in the next government. He is stepping back for the party.
The election result was better last time, and I was responsible for that. This time, the election result is bad, and I would like to take this opportunity to say that I am also responsible for this election result.
So what's next for Germany's future? Merz has some big challenges ahead. The first, of course, is immigration. Merz says that his first job is to close Germany's borders. No undocumented immigrants will be allowed, not only in Germany. He wants tougher rules for all of the European Union. He wants immigration reform for the entire bloc. That's one issue that he has to deal with. Then we have the economy. Germany is the world's third biggest economy and Europe's biggest. But for the second year in a row, it is in recession. Energy prices are at a record high. There are massive labor shortages. So Merz wants to rebuild Germany by improving infrastructure and slashing the red tape. Which brings us to his last big problem, Donald Trump. America has long been Germany's bedrock ally, but that equation has changed with Trump's outreach to Russia. His statements about Europe's security and his berating of Germany. This has angered the Germans. So the next chancellor has vowed independence from the US. He has promised to build European security, and he believes that NATO could be dead soon.
Spätestens.
With Donald Trump's comments on Zelensky and Ukraine, it has been clear what is happening here. The trench in the Atlantic is getting deeper, and the question of whether or not we, the Federal Republic of Germany, can still celebrate 70 years of NATO with the Americans in a carefree manner has not been answered.
So where does Germany go from here? Friedrich Merz takes the helm at a time of deep division, a fractured electorate, a stagnant economy, and a shifting geopolitical landscape. His government will have to act fast to cement Germany's place in a changing world order.
Merci beaucoup. Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat Kelogon, Komeri Namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically in a month, we have viewers up to 150 million. That's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years, we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Laurent, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs, and that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek, creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model, and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.